Hey there and welcome to the Dave Does channel, and today I'm going to be checking out an artist called Delilah and the song is Volatile. I'm going to tell you straight off, I have heard this song. I will have heard this song. I couldn't tell you anything about it right off the top of my head, but I know I have heard it. It's off of her new album. I was listening to the album the other day. It comes out September the 6th, if I remember right. The reason I was listening to it because it was sent to us at the ADK Rock and Metal channel for review. And it was put into my parlours. It was initially called Punk, but there's nothing punk about the album, and having listened to the album 4 or 5 times, I didn't feel the album was a good fit for the ADK Rock and Metal channel, so I decided not to do the review. Because it's very hard to quantify a rock and metal review for an album that's got no rock or metal in it. So it didn't make any sense to me. So when I go through this video, there are going to be bits, so I'm sure the song's going to pop back into my head, but I hadn't got to the point of making notes on it for the album review at that point, so I couldn't tell you what my thoughts were at the time. But I'm going to find out what's going on here and share my thoughts as we watch the music video. Let's get to it. I will be talking through this, so don't worry. I'm sorry if you don't like people talking over videos, but I do.
I'm volatile, but at the same time I'm fragile as fuck. My mama told me my experiences in my battle look.
So this is why I didn't understand why it was put forward to a rock and metal channels or anything like that, because it doesn't really fit within those categories. This is more kind of a mixing with hip hop than anything else. I wanna play Barbies in my room, wanna play Barbies like a kid, wanna get lost in my own fantasy and never ever quit, no, never. So I really like her tonality of her voice, and I like how her flowing ability is great. Got a good attitude to what she's doing. It's just not, it's not targeted at me, this. I think that's important when you go into a video, you go, this is not, I'm not the target audience here. She's got a great singing voice, well, she's not just about her flow. Now there is crossover appeal because you've got bands like Hollywood Undead that kind of give you that element of metal, rock thrown in with their flowing, and so rap does go in there. We know that from the new metal scene. She's got songs called What the Grown Ass Men, Epstein in there, so she's got some very strong opinions that she likes to share on this album, so it's worth it to check out her opinionated views. There you go. You're my fucking diamond coffee. And there is a separation between opinions of young women and men's opinions of young women at the moment. And then women are then going even harder on their reviews, and it's a horrible state of affairs we're in. I wanna channel my anger, I wanna channel the rage. I have this power in me, this dedication and drive. I've been down on my knees till I respond and revive, and I'm back in the ring. Another blow to the side, another hit in the head. They wanna kill me and try, they wanna watch me get. It's actually quite an interesting video, even though it's just so simple. It's just her spitballing basically in the room. This track's incredibly simple as far as the backbeat, but you're not there for the backbeat, you're here for the story that she's trying to tell. And it kind of gives you that somber feeling of where her head is, that doom, 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 doom. Oh, 13th of September, there you go. I forgot, I thought it was 6th. I knew it was around that sort of time. Okay, so there we go, Delilah and Volatile. So having listened to the album multiple times, the first time I listened to the album, and including this track, I do remember it on the album. the whole album is her just kind of attacking opinionations of young women, basically, of how young women are seen in society. And as an older guy, it kind of, who doesn't do that to women, or doesn't knowingly do that to women, I would say, because if I do, I'm not aware of that. Did come off as like an attack, and then I just sort of looked at it and went, well, hang on, this isn't about me. This album is not targeted. They're not going, this album's for you. You're a mid 40s guy. You should listen to this. I'm not the person. She's basically going to have a lot of empathized young ladies who are going to feel what she's going through, and that's where her target audience is. There is a certain group of people that are going to completely latch onto this album. Excuse me. And I'll be interested to see how her music changes as she gets older in her career, how she does her opinion change, how is she treated differently in the industry, will her songs change with her? I'll be intrigued to see that, because that's always nice to see on a journey, because we're at the early part of a journey. It's weird when you get to like album 5 or 6 and then you go backwards and you kind of see how people's opinions move. And I would also say there is elements that women have now become, they take more control, and the worst thing about this is and there is a bad thing about this, is where we then go, well, men are going to look at us this way, so we're going to get money out of them for doing it, and girls and women will go off and do these things OnlyFans, and they'll make loads of money on it, but what they're doing is they're just pushing that stereotype even more, and so these older men who are going onto places like OnlyFans are feeding into that, and then they start believing that all women are like that at that age. So they always say sex sells, and unfortunately that's something that's never going to go away, but the more you can expose it, and I think she does a great job on the full album of doing that, and there are some real cutting tracks on the album. It just wasn't a rock or metal album, so that's why I'm just not reviewing it for that. But if you are, my kind of demographic is if you're in the mid-teens through to mid-20s, probably or late 20s female, this is an album that you're gonna love. If you're into hip-hop beats, great flowing, she's got a great voice, and has something to say for her generation, then you're going to enjoy that. I liked the video. I thought she did a great job in making a very simple concept of just 2 camera angles, telling the story, and a lot of that is in the facial expressions that she was pulling. You can tell when she's singing what she's talking about, she truly understands what she's saying. She believes in what she's saying. She's not just written some lyrics that she doesn't believe in and she's trying to put it across. This is a very personal story, and I think she did a great job in portraying that. If anyone wants me to do my actual album review, I will do it for the Dave Does channel, but I won't do it on the 80k channel because it doesn't match what our criteria is over there. But let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you on a video sometime very soon. Take care.